Alright, good afternoon everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Chinmay. One of the trainers for SourcePro. I've been working in the recruitment and the sourcing industry for the last 6 years, along with Yusuf. And right now I'm involved with SourcePro as a lead trainer for the workshops. So let's start with today's webinar, which is for Facebook graph search. These are the contents of a webinar which we'll be covering today. Any questions you have, please put it up on Twitter and we will answer it as soon as this webinar is over. Things to remember before we jump on to Facebook graph search is that not to compare this sourcing tool as with LinkedIn or with any other job portal. Okay, we would be looking at it as just another possible tool for recruitment. Well, if you are thinking of job portals, it has got CVs, it has got contact details, and it is very highly sophisticated tool to search active candidate. But when we are talking about Facebook graph search, we have to remember that it is a passive source of information. So mostly you would find passive candidates on Facebook. As compared to LinkedIn, well, it is a good tool which is been used for recruitment, and LinkedIn is also promoting it to different recruiters and sources. But again, LinkedIn is having profiles which are almost equal to a candidate's CV, but Facebook won't be having that feature. Okay, designation search is not very flexible. That means that you cannot do many combinations with the keywords. So for example, if you want to run a search for software engineer and a software developer, it will have to be ran separately, because if you try to put the keyword software, it won't work. In contrast with LinkedIn, if you can only put software, and you'll get different combinations like software engineer, software developer, software analyst, software tester, but this won't be exactly working that way on Facebook. And multiple filters cannot be used at one single time. So that means that if you're running a search for HR manager, you'll have to run a separate search for human resource manager. Only the reason being that Facebook graph search doesn't support Boolean combinations or Boolean search strings. They do have search strings, but it's a bit different, and Boolean is not supported. Okay, and you'll find many filters available, but not all can be used for recruitment. We'll see what can be used for recruitment. So introduction to Facebook graph search. It started in March 2013 and it was introduced by their CEO Mark Zuckerberg, and it allows you to give a platform to you to search people. You can search places, you can search interests, you can search photos, you can search almost everything which is available on Facebook. Okay, so it's a very powerful search engine, but it's only designed a bit separately. Now, why would be using Facebook as for recruitment? Why should we be using it as a tool for recruitment? Well, very important reason: it has got the world's largest talent database, as in world's largest social networking website with 1.28 billion active users. So people are onto Facebook, but the only thing might be that they're listing their current employer information, or they might not be listing their information. Okay. Second reason, Facebook search allows you to search for the entire Facebook network, unlike LinkedIn where you can only search for first, second and third degrees, and it doesn't allow you to search after 3 degrees. Well, there are different techniques which we can use and unlock the names of the people who are away from after third degrees, but Facebook is directly giving those profile to you in front of you. Okay, so there is no techniques involved in that. And last, that you can add or send message to everyone on Facebook. Now there should be some common factor. If you might have noticed, this feature has been introduced lately by Facebook due to various spam profiles and people trying to bother some other people. So Facebook introduced this, and how they are doing it is they are figuring out the combination between you and the person who you are trying to send a request. So if you have a mutual friend, if you went to the same school or college, if you are located in the same city, or if you have any kind of common factor, it will allow you to send a request to that person. But if that is not possible, you can always send a message to everyone on Facebook. But again, here there is some kind of twist. Now if you are trying to send a message to a person who is not connected to you in any way, in any network, your message will land up into the other folder, other inbox folder of Facebook. So that means Facebook introduced this other folder, other inbox folder lately. Once you go to your inbox on Facebook, you would see that there are a couple of messages who are also falling onto the other inbox category. Now if somebody tries to send you a message and they are not connected to you, the message will appear here. Okay, now but with some marketing partners, Facebook is offering you to get the message directly into a person's inbox. So you can purchase that package with some minimal amount, and you can have that feature also to you. Okay, so when we talk about Facebook graph search, it is not using Boolean as a search method, but it is using natural language search query. Okay, so natural language search query would be somebody who says that, okay, people who are software engineers or people who are working who are IT engineers. So let's do one example here. I've pulled up some examples for you. So we'll simply run quick searches. So let's try the first one, people who are software engineers. So as soon as I paste the search string here or type the search string here, you see there are a couple of triggers which are coming up. Okay, so the first one seems to be relevant, but if this trigger doesn't come up, you will be lead to a dead end. Okay, if because there are some predefined tags or triggers which will come up as soon as you type in something. Now if you watch closely, I have typed in people who are software engineers, and it is pulling me software engineers based across throughout the world. Well, obviously the top results will be first my friends, then my mutual friends, then people from the same city, people from the same the college I studied in, the people having some kind of common factor. But if you scroll down and see, there might be some people who are not related to me in any way. Okay, this example, you see there is no information listed as a mutual friend or anything, and if I try to add send a friend request, it will say that, it will ask me whether do you really know this person, and if you don't know this person, then Facebook will actually mark me, flag me. Okay, so let's cancel that, or else it will straight away ask you to not to send a message, not to send a request, but first send a message to that person. Okay, let's do next one, people who live in New Delhi. Okay, I'm typing in people who live in New Delhi, India, and we'll select the first trigger. Okay, now you see results. At the top are my mutual friends and people who are currently living in New Delhi. There might be from some other places, but they are currently living in New Delhi. Okay, let's do the next example, people who are chartered accountants. So you would see normally all the people who are listing their current job title as chartered accountants are coming up. So if I'm trying to just pull up one profile, if you go to about section, or it is coming up here as well, if you go to about section, you will see there is a place called work and education. So you can see this person is a chartered accountant and working somewhere, is a self-employed. So you would see all the people, whatever information they're listing it in the work and education column is only screened when you are putting this, putting a search string. Let's do a combination with employer and the city. So people, I want people who are working at, all people basically who are working at PwC and who are currently living in Bangalore. I'll paste it. We'll select the first trigger. Okay, just be aware that you need to check the filter if this is correct one, because there are several other options which are saying that people living in Bangalore, Karnataka, Bangalore, India. Okay, uh, people who are living in Bangalore but they are from some other city. Okay, so choose the relevant one. Here people who are living in Bangalore, India and from India seems to be correct one. There is another one which is correct, people who worked at PwC and live in Bangalore, India from Karnataka, India, that is also correct. Let's do the first one first. Now if you see the results, you would see all the people who are currently working in PricewaterhouseCoopers or PwC. They have different job titles, but their common factor is they are currently employed at PwC and the city is Bangalore. Let's run the next one. People who are civil engineers and I want people from Mumbai. Okay, we'll select the first one. Second one also seem to be relevant. We'll select the first one. Okay, so here you see people who are currently civil engineers and they're employed somewhere. They're currently living in Mumbai. See, couple of thousand people almost, and on the right hand side you would see a couple of filters which will be covering now after this. So if you want, you can use the filters on the right hand side as well, or you can make changes to your search string. Let's do another one with travel consultants. Okay, people who are travel consultants and live in Pune, Maharashtra. I'll just select this one. Now on the top you see the first result is one of my friends, so that's the reason why she has come up on the as a first result. If you try to run the same search string on your Facebook accounts, you will get the same number of results, but only the sequence will change. So if you got some friends who are travel consultants, they will come up on the top, and after that you will see other mutual friends, and then later on you would see people who are not related to you as well. Okay, so basically it will be covering up all the people on Facebook. Okay, a last one with designation and employer along with the location. So I want software developers who are working in Wipro and living in Pune. Okay, so people who are software developers and work at Wipro BPO. So this is not the correct one. It has pulled up a trigger, but this is not the correct one. So we'll select, we'll see if there is a correct one. Yes, people who are software developers and work at Wipro and live in Pune, Maharashtra. This is correct. We'll select this trigger. And the results you would see all are software developers and currently in Wipro. Software developer Wipro and the city Pune. So we have put 3 filters. All the results are relevant. Now how can we do a skill search on Facebook? Let's see. I've selected Java as a skill set, and there will be a slight change in the skills. Now there is no option on Facebook where you can list your skills. Okay, so people who are having that skill, who like that skill, normally what they do is they join some groups or they like a page. So there are different pages on Facebook which are related to various things. So it can be cooking, it can be traveling, it can be trekking, everything. But when we talk about IT or people like professionals, people are liking those skills which they normally have. Okay, so here I've picked up an example of Java, and let's say software engineers. Let's run this one first. So people who like Java and live in Pune and software engineers, so along with the location as well. So I'll paste it here and we'll check if this is correct. Okay, and we'll select the first result. Now it gives me a pop-up saying that did you mean Java as an interest, or Java as a music band, or Java as a landmark. Okay, so the first one is relevant, interest, will confirm, and you would see people who like pages called Java and who are having job title as software engineer and working at TomTom. So basically, if you know that this particular company is using a kind of skill set, without putting a job title, or even if you want to be very rigid with the job title, you can put the job titles, or simply type in people who like Java and live in Pune and work at, say, ABC company. So you can run that search. You see all our software engineers, senior software engineers, they are liking pages called as Java. They also like pages called as programming tricks in C, C++, Java, ASP.NET. So they might like one page, or they might like several pages, or any of the pages. So people who only like pages as Java programming language, they are Facebook graph search is also picking up those profiles. So not necessarily if they are only liking Java as a only that page. So it can be any other thing, but it is only screening the term, the keyword Java in all the pages available basically. Let's do another example. Now say we are done with software engineers. As discussed earlier, if we have multiple job titles, then we need to use different combinations. So people who like Java live in Pune, Maharashtra, and software developers instead of software engineer. Now just remember these results, and we'll see how the results change. Okay, you see, so the results have changed. So these are the people who are listing their current job title as software developer. They're listing their work position as software developer, not software engineer. But all these are also relevant profiles. So you'll have to run these searches separately. Now another skill set, as in a language. So foreign language, I've picked up Japanese as a foreign language, and I want business development managers who speak Japanese, okay, and living in Pune. Okay, let's see if this comes up. So people who are business development managers and speak Japanese and live in Pune, okay, there is a trigger. I'll select this one. Okay, so it is pulling up 7 people. Even if there is 1 or 2 person with this job title, there will be a trigger, but there need to be some users using this information which you are trying to search on graph search. So if you watch closely, all our business development managers, they are employed somewhere and they speak Japanese. Now if you want to go into much detail, like what level of Japanese they are speaking, or whether they have this number of years of experience, or this, or any kind of skill set, you need to engage that candidate further. Okay, so this is not LinkedIn, or this is not a candidate CV. So in order to get passive candidates, you have to come here and engage these candidates and then communicate, and maybe then you can ask for the CV and then have a closer look. Okay, but through this way you can also send a message and take your communication ahead. Okay, let's run a last one with skills. People who are automotive engineering graduates. So if you are looking for fresh graduates, I'm using people who are automotive engineering graduates, and I'll enter. So couple of results. If you want people from a specific university, you can type in that. If you want for somebody from specific city, you can also use that. So all of them you can clearly see they have studied automotive engineering. Okay, and based all across India in different areas, different cities. Now searching within Facebook groups, as LinkedIn have LinkedIn groups, Facebook is having their own group. There are closed group, there are open groups. Now what using graph search, you can search within the group. That means you can search within the members. You can search for members within that group, but you won't be able to participate in any kind of discussion which is going on to group. For that you need to be a member of that group. Okay, now why people join groups? It's very simple. People who have some kind of interest, hobby, some kind of skill set, they join these kind of groups. So for me, I've joined groups like recruitment, sourcing, say recruitment in India. example groups which I might have joined. Okay, so well, basic, if you think as in that people joining a particular group, you would say if there is a group called Java or Python or say SQL, so there is a high possibility of these people having that kind of skill set. That's the reason why they are into the group, because there will be some activities going around, some topics, some discussions, and these people will be participating. So normal understanding, we will think these people are having some kind of understanding or skill set in that particular area. So let's see, let's run the first one. So I want, say for example, I want software testers. Now, if you look at software tester as a job title, they have got different combinations. So software tester, you can say QA test, QA. You can say quality assurance testing, and different kind of combinations here again. So we are not using job title here, but we are using this as a group. There is a group called as Selenium testing and training, which I already know. But even if you don't know that if there is some kind of group exists, you can search for groups and then you can use this. So there is some slight change in the search string now. Now instead of people who were living, we would be switching on to members of. So when you use members of, it will take it as members of some kind of group. So the first trigger is on, we'll select this. Okay, so there is a group called as Selenium testing and training. So there are people who are joined this group. Now you would see some people have written job titles like specialist. Okay, here is a job title clearly mentioned as quality assurance engineer. Some person is not listing anything, no current employer as well. Some person is only saying that she's working in Cognizant. Okay, working in Persistent, but we don't know what their exact job title is. Okay, but they have joined a group called as Selenium testing. Okay, so there is a very high possibility that this person is into software testing, especially having the skill set Selenium testing. Okay, let's do another one. We would be doing Selenium testing and training and who are living in Mumbai. So now if you want to say filter results along Mumbai, if you see these people, they are located in Pune. If you scroll down, Bangalore. Then we have Pune again. Let's say live in Pune. Okay, not all are listing their current location as well. So basically couple of areas across the world basically. So there might be some foreigners who are member of the Selenium testing and training group. They might be also here. Okay, now we want to restrict it to a particular location. Okay, so members of Selenium testing and training and who live in Mumbai. Let's see, we want only people from Mumbai, but from this particular group. I've selected the first trigger, and you will see these people are listed, are a member of that group, and they're currently living in Mumbai. Mumbai. Well, they might be from Pune or some other location, but they are currently living in Mumbai. Now, how you can search with well, many groups at the same time using a particular keyword. Now if you know LinkedIn very well, there is a function to search for groups on LinkedIn. So we was using a keyword. The same thing it's being offered here. Now we want to search for members group. We want to search for groups named SQL. So we are searching for members in the groups which will be having SQL as one of the keywords. So it can be SQL Pune group, it can be SQL Bangalore group, SQL India, or SQL worldwide, some any kind of group name, but it will have the keyword SQL. If you see closely, I have used double quotes as a keyword. So what would the graph search be doing is it will be filtering members from all the groups which are named SQL. Okay, just after this you see it is showing us a pop-up to search on the web. So if nothing comes up, no trigger comes up, Facebook is offering you to directly go and search on the internet. But here it won't take you to Google search, but it will take you to Microsoft Bing search. Okay, let's run this one. and the results are showed on the Facebook platform only, but they are results from Microsoft Bing. On the right hand side you would see powered by Bing. Okay. Okay, so we'll just go back to our example. Members of groups named SQL. I'll select this trigger. Okay, now see, I've got results. The first one is my friend, and then the others as mutual, and then the others. Okay, now if you watch closely, you would see this person is a member of a group called Oracle SQL PISQL discussions. Okay, while there is somebody who is a member of only PL/SQL group. If you see the second and the third result, it's almost the same. So they are member of different group. So the first result and the second result, they are member of different groups, but it is only showing us because we have used the keyword as SQL to be a part of any group's name. Okay, now if you want to filter, now we want people members from the groups named SQL, that means any group, but it should be having this keyword SQL, but we want to filter with the city. So we can simply continue this search string, members of groups named SQL who live in Delhi, India. We just saw that there is no trigger for Delhi. We'll use the first trigger. Okay, now you see these all people, they might have different job titles, but they are all a member of SQL groups. The first one is a member of SQL Server Geeks. The second is a member of a group called SQL ADDA.net, ASP.net, VB.net. So different groups, people in one results column. Okay, now if you want to restrict this, if you want to filter this more with current job title, you can continue typing the job title. So as in members of groups name SQL who live in Delhi, India, from India, and working as or as and who are software engineers. So you can try that as well. Coming to filters, okay, on the right hand side, if you see, there are some basic filters, and if you click on see more filters, you get different various filters. Okay, let's see closely how these filters can be useful. Okay, let's run the previous example. So if you click on more filters, it will give you options like basic information and work and education. Now all these filters Facebook Graph Search is offering you to use these filters, but not all can be used for recruitment. So for example, current city, employer, hometown, gender, if you are specifically looking for male candidates, you can use this filter. There is also a filter for age range. So if you have any restrictions on candidate age, you can use this filter. Language, yes, if you want like a speaker of some foreign language, you can use this filter as well. And then there is for work and education, you have got position, employer, location. School, if you want a candidate from a particular university school, you can filter from here. Degree also. So basically there are many filters, and use all of like any of these which you find suitable for recruitment. So we have listed some basic filters here. Some filters are not useful, well, others can be very useful while sourcing. So that's it now for Facebook Graph Search. About SourcePro, everybody might be knowing what SourcePro is and what Sourcing ADDA is. So we are basically a certificate. We have a certification course designed specially for Indian recruitment and sourcing professionals. So we have normal work. We have workshops in Pune and other cities, and we normally go out for training, and we train people on all aspects of sourcing. So the upcoming workshops which we have is on 22nd and 27th July for Hyderabad, then Bangalore and Chennai. We recently had the one in Pune. We have got another a workshop called as Recruitment and Sourcing Lab on 10th of August in Pune. So one of the world's renowned speaker, Shalish Tekral, who is also one of the members for SourceCon, he is visiting Pune, and he will be conducting a session, a workshop on sourcing techniques, on advanced sourcing techniques. So if you want to join in for that, please use the following URL, and you can get in touch with anyone from the Source Pro or the Sourcing Adda team for more details. Thank you everyone for joining me today for the webinar. And any questions, if you have any questions, please put it up on Twitter, and those will be answered shortly. Thank you.